Hello, Sally.
Hello,
Good
hello, Kira.
morning. Can you hear me well, Sally?
Yes,
All right. So, how's everything going with you, Sally?
it's just like a normal day.
Ah, yes. Oh, like, did you get up late for today?
No, because before this class, I also had a Japanese class at 8:30 to 10.
Ah, all right. So, it's like a back-to-back class for you, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, do you have a next class after mine?
No.
No. So, what are your plans for today, Sally?
Maybe after this class, I will go swimming with my younger brother.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So, anyway, for today, we are going to continue with Unit 6. It is all about travel agents. Do you still remember what a travel agent is, Sally?
A travel agent is like when we book the tickets, we also go through the travel agents. It will guide us how to get the ticket, and what time the flight is, which flight we will go in.
That is right. And did I also tell you that whenever you are already in your destination, there are also travel agents who would actually set up the itinerary for you, like where to go, the places that you're going to visit without the flight. So travel agent, they have different products that they can offer to the tourist. Yes, let's say that I want to go in Danang. Okay, but I don't know where to go in Danang because Danang is a big place. Yeah. So I am already in Vietnam and my plan is to go to Danang tomorrow. It's just that I don't know where to go and I don't know the tourist spots in Danang. So that way I can actually book a travel agent without without a flight, just the itinerary on where to go, what to do, and what hotel to stay for the next 3 days, like that. Okay, Sally?
Yes.
Okay, so if you can remember last time, which words have we, what was the last word that we've finished last week?
I think we already finished with the basic words.
What are the basic words that that we've finished here?
Bum bag and fanny pack.
All right. So yes, I told you that when you are a runner, bam bag is also known as belt bag, like that, because we put it around our waist, just like the belt. Okay, so let's take a look at the more words in here, Sally. So we have the first word, which is package deal or holiday. So what does it mean?
Package deal or holiday is a holiday that includes everything, the flight, hotel, meals.
That is right. So when we say package, this is the bundle. It's like a bundle. You can also, like, since we're talking about holiday, so yeah, package deal, that means the flight is included, the places that you're going to is included, the hotel accommodation is included too. So it's like all in one. You're going to pay this total amount, then you get this package. So they offer different packages. So yeah, you can visit Danang without paying for the flight. So just the itinerary itself plus the hotel. Or you can also say that, oh, we're going like for example, package is buy two, take one, like that. If there are two people, that means you pay for two people in this package, then one person will get a free deal, like that. So that's also a different package. So yeah, whenever that you book something, there are a lot of packages. And if you're going to travel as a group, it's better to avail the package deal because you have everything and it's more convenient. You don't have to think about other things. So next we have here overnight stay.
Overnight stay is if you have an overnight stay, you sleep in a hotel during your journey.
Yeah, so this is actually what you did when we had class last time.
Yes.
Yes. So, Sally, what makes an overnight stay more comfortable?
Um, I think it's the maybe the hotel room. Like if the bed is soft, it will better to sleep, and we will get better sleep, and also the air in the like the air conditioner. If it is running well, it will be better than the broken one.
Of course, yeah. If you are a tourist, you wouldn't like to be in a room where it has a very hard mattress and also the AC is broken or it has some damage. And another thing is that hotel should be or that staycation should be quiet. That way, you will really have a relaxing holiday. So that's another thing that makes an overnight stay more comfortable. And aside
Oh,
from that,
teacher,
we also have, yes.
I think you forget to turn on the camera, your camera.
Oh, yes, that's right, Sally. I'm sorry. Okay, so yes, those are the things that will actually make an overnight stay more comfortable. Good food, clean, clean room, nice bed, then a room that is peaceful and quiet. You won't hear the dogs bark, the cars from
Yeah.
the street, the other room who is having a party like that. Okay, so now we have here a resort.
Resort is a place with hotels, restaurants, where people spend their holidays, a beach resort or a ski resort.
Yeah. So in other words, in other word, this is a vacation spot where tourists really like to go to during the holiday. Yes. Okay. So what makes a good resort, Sally?
Mm, most of the resorts in Vietnam have beautiful view, and so I think it is one of the thing that make the resort better than the others, and also the clean beach, beautiful beach. Because when I stay at the resort, there's a beach. Yes, always there's a beach, but sometimes when I go to some resorts, I can't go to the beach because it is so dirty and the waves are so big, so we're not allowed to go out. And also the barbecue or the buffet, the food in the resort.
Yes. All right. So what do you prefer, Sally? A beach resort or a mountain resort?
I prefer the beach resort.
Yes, so do I. All right. Thank you for sharing that one, Sally. Now, next we have here journey. What does it mean?
Journey is when you go on a journey, you travel somewhere. Typical expressions include car journey, train journey, long journey, or short journey.
Yes. Okay. So, what's that? There is actually another word for journey, and I think you're not familiar with it. So here it is, Sally, expedition. Like that. This word is
Expedition.
very common. This word is very common for scientists or people who are actually like what's that who would go on a new place like that or to go to
Exploring.
an yes explore, thank you for that word, Sally. Okay, so Sally, like how can a journey change our perspective? Do you know what a perspective is?
No.
That means the way you look at life or the way you look at things. That's perspective. Because why I ask you this question? Because when you go to a new place, of course, your perspective in life change because you
Yes.
are going out of your comfort zone. Let's say that you will live for good in Japan. So that's going to be a new journey of your life. So how do
Yes.
you think can a journey change our perspective?
When we go on a journey, we can explore new things, meet new people, make new friends, and maybe we have a change in our way we will look at life. Like we meet new people, we talk with them, and we can learn new things from them, and also see new places, the beautiful view. We can also change our emotion. Um, our personality too sometimes.
That is right, yeah. Because when we go out of our comfort zone, that means we are growing as an individual. So it actually allows us to experience new cultures too. Like whenever I go, when I would go in Vietnam, that's a new culture for me. When I go, like just like
Yeah.
you, whenever that you go to different countries in the future, so you will experience different cultures. Then that way you will learn how to appreciate diversity. That way you will see that, oh, each country is really different, and there are some cultures that will actually shock you because those cultures are not present in your country, like that. Because I'm gonna share it to you. Like when I went to Thailand, last 2023 and 2024, you know what? One thing that shocked me is people there do not wear umbrella when it's very hot. Yeah, here in the Philippines, Sally, if it's hot, because we Filipinos don't want our skin to get darker. Yeah, so when it's sunny, we would actually wear an umbrella or use the umbrella. However, when I went to Thailand, oh my God, when I used, it was only me who used the umbrella on a very sunny day. So it was kind of weird for Thai people or for people who have been living in Thailand for a long time. Yeah, so when my boyfriend noticed that everyone's looking at me, so he told me that, oh, I think you have to take off your umbrella because look at everyone. They're just wearing big hats, caps, or anything, but no umbrella at all. Unless if it's raining, then they you can actually use an umbrella. Excuse me for that one, Sally. So now, what about there in your country? Is it common to use an umbrella on a very sunny day?
Yes, because Vietnam is one of the tropical countries, so the weather here is very hot during especially summer day. Another season it's also hot, but it's not like summer. But everyone in Vietnam they also scared to get sunburned. So when you go to Vietnam, you can see in the street everyone wear the jacket, the coat, and they like ninja.
Yes, they look like ninja, right? Because everyone's covered,
Yes.
especially if they ride the motorbike. Same thing in the Philippines. Aside from it's a tropical country too, we just don't want to get a darker skin. Darker skin. Like most of the Filipinos want their skin to be light. That's why they would use soap or any bleaching things that will make their skin whiter. All right. So anyway, we have here next word, which is trip.
Trip. Trip is a journey that you make to a particular place. Typical expressions include day trip, business trip, round trip, a journey to a place and then back over the same route.
Yeah. So the difference about journey and trip is journey can actually take longer than trip. Trip is just a
Yes.
week, 4 days, just a short journey that you will have. Okay. So this is also like what that something that we do for pleasure. It can be for study, for business, for work, like that, or just a weekend trip. Okay. So, Sally, like what was the last trip that you went to?
The last trip I went to was nearly a month ago on the beginning of August.
All right, that's
I
great.
went to Pamphlet Beach with my family and my mom's friends' family.
Yeah, so what did you do there? Did you just visit them?
I have a 3 days, 2 night trip there, and we went to two different resorts. The one is on the mountain, and I think I didn't have a good experience there because the food was very expensive, but it's so yucky. It was not delicious. Like it is not worth the price. But the second hotel was great.
Right. So thank you for sharing that one, Sally. Okay. So now, what was your most memorable trip for your whole life or in your whole life?
Mm, I think the most memorable trip in my life was the trip with my class because I always go with my family and I don't have time like I'm not usually spend much time with my classmate, but in grade 7 we had a trip to Long An province and we visited a water park. It was very fun. I had a lot of unforgettable memories there with my friends.
Oh,
And at
wow,
that
that's
time,
great.
all of my classmates went together, so it was very fun.
Yes. What about your family? Like, what was your most memorable trip with your family, Sally?
Maybe the trip that I went to Dalat City because I really love the weather in Dalat. I love everything in Dalat. So every trip to Dalat is a memorable trip for me.
Yes, that's great. And you've told me about that one before. Okay, so next we have in here Voyage.
Voyage a long journey on a ship or in a spacecraft.
Yes. Okay, so that is why whenever like let me give you an example for this. Like here, it's actually one of our culture where if our relative would go overseas, let's say that they work in abroad as a nurse, they work as a seaman, seawoman, like that, then we would tell them bon voyage, like that, like to give them a good luck, like god bless with your work, like that. And we would actually have a thanksgiving to send them off. So how do we celebrate that? We will just have a simple family dinner, like that. Yes. Okay, because they're going on a long journey again for the next 2 to 3 years, or let's say 6 months, like that. Okay, so next we have here tour guide.
Tour guide, someone whose job is to show tourists around a place and explain its history, architecture.
Yes, you know what? Being a tour guide is so easy. However, you really need to know the history of that place, especially in what's the capital city there? Hanoi. I've heard that Hanoi has a lot of history. That's why if you're into history, the best place for you to visit in Vietnam is Hanoi.
And also Huế too. Huế is also a very famous city, the place where the king lived in the past.
All right. So thank you for sharing that one. Sally, that is actually a new information for me. Okay, so tour guide is not new to you. So what makes a tour guide effective, Sally?
The way the tour guide explain, like the way that the tour guide talk is attractive or not, and Also, their attitude, they happy with the tourist or not.
Yes, that's right. They should be very welcoming, accommodating. What else? Like someone who is knowledgeable of their work and also the place that the tourist
Yes.
would go. Yeah, let's say that the tourist is really interested in that certain place. And as a tourist, sometimes you ask questions. So if the tour guide cannot answer our question, then that means he's not really a real tour guide, right? So, yes, when you have a job, you should be knowledgeable enough to answer the client's questions or to address their question. And aside from those qualities that I've mentioned, a tour guide should also be friendly and sociable. Yeah, because you should entertain all your guests. Okay, now, you know what, Sally? If you also travel to a country that doesn't speak, where English is not their first language, as a tour guide, you should know multiple
Three.
languages, or maybe just two
Yeah.
to three, so that um you can talk to foreigners. You can also talk to the local people. Okay. Now we have in here guided tour.
Guided tour. If someone takes you on a guided tour, they show you around a place of interest and tell you all about it.
Yeah, so this is actually the same thing with a tour guide. It's just that um tour guide is a person who would actually show you around the place. But when we say guided tour, okay, they will actually guide you according to your interest.
Uh-huh.
Let's say that you are the type of person who really like going to the beach, who would love to do some water activities such as water skiing, scuba diving, free diving, and many more. So I guided tour will be the one to handle you. Yes. Okay. Because tourists are different. Some tourists want to be with people who are people, I don't know how to say it, who are people who want to go to places where most of the tourists like going. But first, there are also tourists who are very specific to what they want. But yeah, the guided tour is just like a person who would actually accommodate your special needs as a traveler. Okay. So here, next we have travel agency or travel agents.
Travel agency or travel agents is a shop where you can buy holidays.
That's right. So in the travel agency, sometimes they would also sell some rep magnets, keychains, key holder, like that. So as a way, it's like another strategy of marketing. Since you're availing the package to travel, then you can also buy some things for your family at home like that. Okay, but their main product is selling some itineraries. Okay, then next we have Visa.
Visa is an official document or a stamp in your passport which allows you to enter or leave a particular country.
Yes. Okay, so visa is very important whenever that you go to a country that is not visa free. Here in the Philippines, you also need to get a visa as a foreigner. However, getting a visa is very easy for foreigners. Yes. When I go, like places like Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Singapore, they they don't require visa for Filipinos. But if we go to United Kingdom, United States, Japan, Korea, China, you need to get a visa. Yes. And you know what? In some countries, especially in Asia, it's so easy to get a visa. However, if you want to go in the USA, It's hard because US is a very strict country. And when we say visa too, Sally, there are different visas. Like, it depends to your purpose of traveling. Just like you. Oh, I want to go to the US to study. Then you will get a student visa. Me, oh, I
Uh,
want to go to the US to travel. Then I will get a tourist visa. Okay. Oh, so why do you want to go in the US? I want to work. Then get a working visa. Why do you want to go in the US? I want to be with my boyfriend. Then you should apply for a fiancé visa. So there are different visas like that. It actually depends to your purpose of staying in that country. And just so you know, the visa also has an expiration. Most of the time, tourists are only allowed in the US, like in the I think in the US, they only give 6 months of stay if you are a tourist. Yes. Okay. But in other countries, just like in Asia, you are allowed to stay 3 months, a month, like that. Yeah, when I went to Thailand, they only allow me to stay for 1 month. But I didn't consume my whole month there because I have to go back to work, to go back to my country to work. So I only stayed there for 3 weeks like that. And the second time that I went there, it was only like 4 days, very short. And whenever that you have a visa, you have to present your passport and they will put a stamp on it. Whenever you enter that country, whenever you enter that embassy, and whenever that you leave that country. Whenever you enter that country and whenever you leave that country, you need to present your passport. Passport. Okay, that's also a sign that you travel to different countries also. Okay, so anyway, Sally, it's already time, so I'm not gonna hold you for so long so that you can have a rest. Do you have any question?
no.
So thank you so much for joining our class today, Sally. I hope that you learned something. Have a great weekend and see you tomorrow. Bye, Sally.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye.